Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement.
Connected to channel Fixit. Fixerbot says.
Stream about to start, 1 minute left.
Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers.
Fixit says. Thanks for the raid. Less than 3.
thank you. Welcome in. So, yeah, I was just checking out. Is this a free course? Hmm? Emails. Let's see here. What have I got up? Stuff like this. Stuff like this. Stuff like this. So, let's not derail, right? This stuff is a bit more expensive. That's why I haven't bought anything off AliExpress yet. But I started looking a bit. And it's not like, it's not. So to get dollars of this, you just remove one digit, okay? So 21 for this one. It's not mega expensive, but it's still not less than $10 or 200 Swedish, which is what the ESPs and everything cost. So why is this one up here? Why are these at the top? I don't know. So this is a 4K HDMI. I've been looking for 1080 ones and I can't find it. When I connect one of these to a unit that can do 4K, like a Raspberry Pi, then you get 4K into the computer, and that's you can't really see anything, right? On a 1080 screen or on stream. It's tiny because it defaults to, well, I don't know why these popped up at the top because they're in my thingy because I'm interested, but it's not like I'm gonna buy them today. So displays, okie dokie. Yeah, this is also with shipping, so it's more expensive than that. I don't know why those were there. This is what I was searching for now, and they seem to have changed. The free shipping used to be up here. So origin, accessory type. I guess I usually click this and sort on price and see what happens. So also I want something tiny. So maybe we have to remove free shipping on this one. So this one is an ad. That's why it keeps staying at the top. I was like, that's a high price for this. Will just be a cable when we click this. So it's not actually 23 or $2. It'll just be a cable or something. Antenna. So we have. I just started looking at LoRa a bit yesterday, and there's obviously 868 megahertz and 433 megahertz, and they have different antennas we see now. So I'll learn a little bit. That's just a box for it. Here's a complete kit then. Yeah, with free shipping. And also 470 spring and shell. And I don't care about the shell at all. 868 Yeah, I'll have to research that more. Anyway, that's obviously belongs to a name because it by mistake grouped stuff, and I was like, well, let's keep it a grab group. I'm just gonna caps on LoRa. Did I type with that? Oh yeah. So I thought I was thinking, yeah, I think that Kodi had LoRa stuff, so I searched for Kodi and LoRa, and of course we got lots of stuff. And this is he's just starting some talk here, so I'm not gonna watch videos on stream, am I? So what should we do? Should we do Hack the Box? It was some time ago. Should we more Mishtastic here. Vicky. Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, I got these. Oh, I didn't send that message. Okay. Let's close. I don't want to share that. And ordered food for my mom yesterday. Yeah, I need to fix her heat. Quick thing. Nah, let's do it later. So many tabs, so many things. What to do today? I don't know. So I haven't been streaming this week because I was a bit sick. So now I'm kind of okay. At least okay to walk like previous earlier today. So what is all of this? Oh yeah, I was thinking maybe dog daycare for my mom. Yeah, this is all dog daycare thingy. Then we're here. Oh yeah, let's look at this code. I think this is where we ended. So I don't know if we'll do ESP stuff or not, or what we'll do. We'll see. I don't have infinite time today because I have plans with my kids. We're going to play Minecraft at 19. So. Mm, 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 mm. Didn't I read that? Oh, I should have read it first. So, include main window H. Set up window init and loop window loop. So main window. It's a funny thing to call something, isn't it? We could look at the H first. Header file. So we have some screen width, height. Okay. So we can set that we have different values. We could try and run this, of course. So my 70-year-old wouldn't be happy though. Mom, what's up with the Wi-Fi? It's not like I didn't do it before here though on network. Let's just read the code and see if, because of course I'm thinking of integrating it into this little ESP thingy here, or rather the two, because there's still two different ones. And I got a mail just like 3 hours ago that says that local carrier has my order from AliExpress, which has a ESP32 dev board. This one, let's see, view more. Okay, yeah. That wasn't very helpful, was it? So my orders, that's what I thought would open when I clicked the link. So, of course, it's off now. Of course, right? When I ordered it for probably more. Yeah, it wasn't more though. 46. That's a good price. $4.50. Mm. So we have a funny thing here. We have both the built-in antenna and an antenna here. So I'm curious which it will use. And we could probably easily see this by not connecting anything and connecting something and see if it works in both. Yeah, interesting. So I've heard about people cutting tracks and stuff. Bloop, my phone said. So this will probably arrive like tomorrow or soon. Well, let's just check here because I kind of think. Oh, this is also for this project. Let's see here now. So we have two boards here. Which one is actually arriving? Yeah, it might not be that one. It might be this one. This is the one that's arriving. S3. I don't know. Oh, more items. Okay, okay. Yeah, so it says more. So there's more than I can see. So I'm assuming all of this order is arriving. And we ordered the 26. And this one is in the list. This is in the list, and the list. This is an older, 4th of June. So I haven't ordered for months, trying to be economical there, but we really need this. Yeah, and that's why I made 2 orders, right? Because I could only order one of this at a time. But they have put them as one order in the delivery, as they're in the same. They're both of those are in the make. Nice. So this is for making a power supply. This is trying to fix my soldering tip. I'm very curious to see if these arrive this time because I ordered them before and they've always said they never arrived. Yeah. And then we probably get both boards here too. And this one is the cooler one. So this is the one. But it has the same thing. Maybe. Yeah, this is the S3 room one. So I'll have to watch my own streams to remember all the things that was the difference because I checked that out, right? We read a lot on stream on what the difference is. I'm not sure why it has 2 USBs, by the way. Maybe you can actually attach stuff that way to it. Yeah. So this is the price range I'm used to. And then we got the LoRa stuff. Exactly this. If you search for these again. Or just LoRa. No? Alright. 868 megahertz. Because of that one. What's that? Oh, that's up there. Yeah, so this is a nice price. If this happens to be, I need to research more, as I said. So I don't want the full thing. I just want the bit that can communicate. And then we want to code stuff ourselves. Yes, love? Huh? Okej. Kunde du äta allt för söta? Okej. Värsta sötchocken det där. Mm. Var det en tårta? Du också gubben. Jag ska grab water for
Tack klockan för att jag lyssnar på ungefär med att
Yes, så testa. Jag tror att kladdkaka smälter inte så mycket. Men det lösa kan bli lösare, men det kan också bli tillagat och bränt. Och då blir det ju hårdare. Så man får vara försiktig. Okej. Fast jag tror att sten smälter om det blir tillräckligt varmt. Medan kladdkaka skulle bara brinna om det blev så varmt. Typ. Vad säger du? Okej. Vilken like? So let's see. Something fell on the floor. Yeah, so actually I found another router too, an old one, an old D-Link. So we could always look at that too. But I guess I should finish one before I continue. So we'll see. Maybe this will just be a random looking at AliExpress stream. Let's see. Or maybe we should do just hack the box or something. By the way, let's check this out. Yeah, I'm in there. Good to know. Sometimes it doesn't work. I think it's worked lately though. But as I was streaming another category before, I think I was. Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking maybe not. Yeah, I'm not gonna study LoRa now. I'll do that later. I just wanted to check on the order as it just arrived the email. Let's just add that to the LoRa. There. And this is almost, I'm guessing it'll arrive, if not tomorrow, definitely next week. 14th to 20th it says. But it is like, what to say is with local carrier. So hopefully not more than like 2 days, which means weekend. Yeah, I want to have these things to play with. And these will be so cool to explore. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe I will start the program to watch this. Let's see, let's first of all actually want a I want a Chrome shortcut on my desktop. Yeah, and that doesn't work either. I'll fix it later. I just forgot to start the TTS again because I removed the shortcut on the desktop. I just click to start all the programs. And when I thought that I don't have it needed there because I have it on my start row where I can just click here. And then I didn't start it, so at least twice. So that was hard. Just checking stuff. So I want to have OBS up so I can see. And now we have this on, and again it's rotated the wrong way. Let's see if we can fix that. I don't know why it goes the wrong direction. So unplug. It's using Wi-Fi, so it should disconnect. Oh, it's using Wi-Fi. It's not using USB. If I hop it to USB, then what? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Is there a rotate? This is annoying. I want to rotate it. And if I can do it automatically, I'd like to. Otherwise, we'll have to close the app and start it again. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So here's the stuff. Uh, so now it is actually disconnected, which is quite interesting because the only thing I've done so far, I didn't close the app, I just logged into the phone. Well, let's close the app and start it again. Like this. Come on. You're started. It's just a white screen. Never saw that before. It usually starts quite quickly. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. It's just white. Oh, let's restart it. So let's look at this meanwhile. Yeah, this was horrible. The magnetic stuff thingy is not magnetic. Really? Not at all. Not a lot. Not enough. These, right. I can actually check that out because some stuff didn't drive. This didn't drive, and these didn't drive. This didn't drive, and I kind of want to try one of these. So these we have used to fix the screen, but that was February, right? Broken monitor. So they arrived. And these, yeah, these arrived. I have those. So this is the other one. This arrived, and 120 fines. The thing is that I ordered 80 by mistake. You can order max of 10 on the 3 sheep thing. And yeah, that's 72, and here it was 57. So it's definitely more expensive this way, even if it says it's off now. And also these are slightly more expensive. But it would have been fun to try. It's not like I use those a lot either, but solar, flux and stuff, it's not, I don't use that a lot. So, phone started, of course. So, there we have Erin starting again, and this one it took half a second for it to start the app. So obviously something was off, and now we have the right direction too. So, and it's closed. The screen is black already. Just closing it totally. So, messy desk. How else could we actually get stuff? There, something like that. So, that one. Oh, right, I have candy. So let's get rid of that one. Come on, little phone. All right. I was like, yeah, I started that, but I have something downstairs. Charger. So I need a new one. Where do I have those? Phone, USB, AC adapters. Feels kind of lightweight, this. That's an old thing. It's all empty. Oh, it'll fill up. So let's see. Where's the cable? There. No, it says charging here. So I'll have to manually switch screens to this one. So so this is not good that it's fallen apart. I don't really like that. So it's really just this one that's, yeah. This one too. Yeah, I should probably put those on something. Oh, look, it's separated. No, it's just the. Oh, right, that's the split between the two different ones. Okay. So I don't think we'll use this one today anyway. I should clean here a bit because this is a box of tensiometers, and I was just looking for stuff and didn't find what I was looking for. So let's plug power in here. Also starting the fan, which is kind of nice today because it's warm. So I have 29 Celsius inside and it's 25 outside. So I open the window and we're getting some air in. And here's the little converter cable from Molex, 12 volts to 12 volts there. So this should be running the little program to check Wi-Fi's there. It doesn't have an antenna, this ESP though, it's just a tiny thing. So you can just only found 2 networks. So if I hold it here for the next scan, I don't remember the delay before it scans again. But I'm thinking we'll put this in as a menu item on a menu, and we have to like build a menu. Only I had a menu in that program, so now it's scanning again. Let's see if I hold it like this, how many networks can find. Yeah, that's better. So let's see if I can grab the glasses in time for that to disappear. So we have 6 little networks here. We could also make it send this on serial, but then we need the cable connected. So yeah, this is the box that the display came in. Oh, this is dirty. And it's a touch. That's why I removed the no touch in this program though. So pen. Yeah, maybe I should like. I don't feel like cleaning on stream, do I? Especially if I had 12 hours to stream, we could do it. But now we just have a little bit of time. Mm. I'm thinking graphics. I don't want to. We checked fonts a lot, right? And I have my notes. Let's see. So remember, the font stuff is still up actually because I haven't done anything on the computer. So we have font 1, 2, 4, 6. I think this was 7, and these obviously only show digits too. And then this is double sized, meaning font size 2. So that's just a multiplier. We can see the pixels here of these. So we shouldn't use anything but font size 1. And we're currently using font size 1 and 2, I think. Like scanning is in font 2 and the rest is in font 1, so we can fit it on the screen because it's tiny, right? But there's this SD card reader too that we want to use. So I'm kind of thinking I should switch these cables out. No, it didn't auto scan. The reason to switch them out, to put instead of male male, let's do male female and connect them to here so I can hold the display, right? And we could also close the lid if we have a nice enough cable. Maybe a cable. Maybe remove the pins. So these don't have pins soldered to them. And that's for the SD card. So that's like the next step. I'm thinking we had the mega fails with ChatGPT in the other project, but it doesn't mean we can't try it. This is more common stuff, you know. This is more common stuff. Actually, I thought of a question that I did not ask on the other project. So let's do a quick. Should we do ChatGPT? We can do ChatGPT and DeepSeek. That. And we're gonna ask them what was used to get things like get info on things like DC sync permissions before Bloodhound, right? Because we want to do this on the command line, and yeah, I can start them instantly, exactly at the same time, but almost. I don't know why those are arrows up. That's just, I guess it means send. So ChatGPT did a short answer, which I've asked it to do. Before Bloodhound automated, people typically relied on manual enumeration and ADAC scripts. Active Directory users on computer, ADA as the edit. Others and attackers would manually inspect ACLs on domain objects like domain root to see who had replicated directory changes. For you, pre-Bloodhound will with PowerShell tools, Super 80, including Get, AutoDCL, yeah, and we can already do it with PowerShell. We just want to do it in Python too, which we're widely used to spot DCSync writes. DSACL, EXE, Microsoft could dump object DCL. So we want this from Linux. Custom LDAP in packet script in packet. Yeah, this is where I'm interested. Security research with Python LDAP queries to pull raw ACLs and manually check. So the workflows was mostly manual ACL analysis and PyView. So please give me links to the Python LDAP custom LDAP in Python script. Let's just copy this thing because that's what I'm. So let's see what this one gave us. Oh, yeah, it's annoying. It's so long. The replies. I don't even know if I want to read it. You know. Of course, this is an excellent question. Of course, it thinks everything we do is excellent, right? Before Bloodhound and Sharpman. The process of discovering who could perform a high-privilege attack with DSync, it was entirely manual and relied on a combination of native Windows tool scripts and deep knowledge of AD permissions. The tool DS ACLS, ACL DAG. This was the most direct and common method. These command line tools are used to view and manipulate the ACLs on the directory objects. DSACLS. I think we use these. An AD tool like the Windows Server Resource Kit and later built into Windows. Yeah, so this is Windows. Oh, please give me, please always give me short answers. Also, adding the info from Linux, not for. From, I'm not gonna read all that, especially as it all seems to be from Windows. Yeah, LDAP search, query, the main ACLs directly using LDAP. When you then decode the returned security descriptor blob to find accounts with the replication, get changes, and replication. Yeah, this is manual, complex, and then resolve. Doesn't it require special permissions to make queries returning anti-security descriptor? Yeah, I should move this when I type, right? Yes. Querying anti-security descriptor requires elevated permission. By default, standard users can read the security descriptor. But Sharphound can get this info using any user. So it must be available. Excellent point. You hit the key news. Short answer. You are correct. Able to get authenticated user money. SharePoint works with any user because default permissions. By default, authenticate user read permission on the security descriptor for most AD objects. Yeah, and that's why we need to say exactly what of the security descriptor we want. Like users, group, GPOs, OUs. This is how SharePoint collects it. Selective targeting for highly sensitive objects like the main object itself. The admin SD holder. The security descriptor is restricted. SharePoint will note it cannot read the ACL for a specific object if the user lacks permission, but it doesn't break the entire collection. It doesn't need everything. SharePoint builds a graph from thousands of ACLs across the domain, missing a few ACLs on the most. Yeah, I don't think that is it. I think it just requests the bits of the security descriptor that all users have access to. Exactly right. That's the precise technical mechanism. SharePoint and any LDAP query doesn't need the full raw blob. Instead, it requests a constructed ACL via the security descriptor attribute. Raw stored as binary value, constructed effective ACL, the calculated permission shown as a security tab of AD. See, this is what OS computer principle. Factoring inheritance and permissions, authenticated users have the right to read this computed view of most objects. By reading this computed view, SharePoint can see granted permissions, allow deny ACEs that apply to everyone, which is exactly the data that it needs. For graph mapping, it doesn't need the underlying raw storage format. This is what's standard. Yeah. Could we use LDAP search to make this kind of query? Or does it lack the fine tuning? So oopsie, wrong thing. So let's see. You can use LDAP search. It has the fine tuning, but it's manual. The trick is to use the Microsoft specific LDAP dialect to request the security descriptor in a parsed readable format. Example command LDAP search dvd object ctls parse domain descriptor star ::star performs a base64 decode of the value, which is crucial for the binary security descriptor to get a specific constructed ACL. And what troubles is you add controls. This is the advanced fine tuning. So LDAP search E. So far we have the same, right? Then it has a -E ::. So I have to test this, right? So let's start a AD machine we already finished, and I know that. Come on, don't tell me I have to go the face thingy again. What? Oh, okay, okay. Why have saved several ones with the same email? That sounds odd. Well, good thing I'm not showing my app. So let's see. Hack the box, and I have one or two of those. One. This just says the wrong email. Nah, it just switched, of course. So. So. Um. Yeah, this one is good to use because it's the reason I started thinking of this. Need VM. Need start VM. So I didn't have any problems with the network and stuff, but I couldn't get the display working with that one, so I don't know why. Odd. So let's see here. All right, have to switch manually because this is charging. Oh, it's 25%. Let's see if we can start it. So it's still starting. So what I'm looking for now is a little sidebar thingy. Is it that? Yeah, so this is so annoying. Is this the only way I can find these? That's the one I want. Could not open Kali. So that's the main VM I always use. Used it last stream, I'm sure, probably. Right? Would have used it in between if it wasn't for getting a bit sick. Let's see. I moved it. Did I move it? Yeah, I moved it. Okay, so let's remove that one, and this is the new one. I moved it to SSD instead. Yeah, remember. So let's get rid of that. Start this thing. Full screen. And come on, phone, start. Pretty good. And we want buttons. So what I'm thinking is, in this box, we can't have all the pins. It'll take too much space. I'm slightly hungry, actually. 13:13. Time flies. So, load X. Now I can switch screens easily. Yes. Let's just open VPN. we're just gonna run this command. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Manny Heck says you about to put in some work?
I'm about to see if we can access anti-security descriptor information on the domain by using LDAP search command instead of Bloodhound. That's what we're going to test. So we're going to use a machine that I already have finished. Administrator here, because it's just Bloodhound all the way, and I want to be able to do these things quicker because it takes time to gather the info, and then I'm thinking for real case it's might be good to just grab all the data and have it in case you lose access or whatever, but for the boxes it would be so useful to be able to just ask it for, oh, I got this new user, what permissions are there? It would be very useful. So let's hop to the notes. So we kind of started with the ESP stuff too, but as I thought of this question, and it might lead something. Administrator, yeah, so this is the thing. This is what we want to find in a different way. And let's check out. No LDAP search there. Yeah, so here we have a base one.
Dylan Kaiser
And I
says,
don't think we need.
"Hi, fixed it."
Hi, welcome in. So let's just copy a base.
Manny Heck
one.
says, ah, I see.
Yeah. So it would be nice to just have it on the command line. I kind of like the command line. It's very nice. So we have the wrong IP, obviously. Let's get the new one in here.
Manny Heck says pretty much, getting BH path results using another tool.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of having to, wait for Bloodhound to load all the things, 4J, deleting all data in there, yeah, it's like time consuming. So we got bind. We could get data here from this. So now we're going to modify this query to be the one that I got from here. Actually, let's see what ChatGPT answered to. We can do that later. It's a long reply. So adding this -e : is what it suggests that we do. So let's actually use a normal one first. So we're going to change. We have the IP. We have the password there. So I'm just comparing and checking. So we have X. It has H first, then X. Oh, actually, let's do this. Copy. So we have a working command. Let's modify it to be like this, right? So let's put it in the same order. We're going to move X back to after here just to have it look the same, it's easier to compare. Then we have the user, then we have W, but I'm not sure exactly. Search H and prompt, right? So it had a prompt for password.
Manny
instead.
Heck says, yeah, haha, BH can be annoying sometimes, but there is so much more information on display, where I feel with LDAP search, you gotta be more specific.
Yeah, and the problem is that to get the information about the anti-security descriptor, you have to be administrator to get all the information. So it doesn't return anything if you ask. And we're going to first start with a question that should work, right? I just want to make sure W is what I thought. This will ask for the password. As we have this is a box, so this is a basic password. We'll do this instead. And then the B for the base of it, which is correct here. It just is corp local as example. Then this is the actual query. So we can just remove this bit here and have this query instead. And then we're going to run this here. So, and we got stuff. Let's see, what does it say? We didn't get anything. We just got the search references that we always get. Administrator HTTP, it says. So let's compare now to its suggested command, adding the E, right? So it'll just take the query bit of this and copy over this bit there. And we'll try this instead. If we get information out, I'm so happy. So that kind of failed, right? So what it added is dash uppercase E, search extensions. And it just had colon in there. So to hop back here just to compare what we did. So it is still object class domain and security descriptor, and here it has this, right? Which I think made a difference, just that. So obviously I have the administrator too, so we can use that and run it and see how it looks. If the query is right, then we just don't have the permissions, right? But this is obviously not right. Let's give it this. But I might end up in a horrible loop here. Of just asking ChatGPT or whatever AI, in this case DeepSeek, right? Million different things. So just pasting the reply with the help. The error shows your LDAP search client likely open LDAP doesn't support the colon extension syndrome for decoding. You need to use a different approach. Use this command instead to retrieve the raw anti-security descriptor and decode it yourself. And now it got our data from the command I sent. But the problem is we're using the low priv user, remember. So my question was, can LDAP do this, right? A low priv user cannot read the security from the domain object. It's a highly protected object. The command will fail and return empty value for a specific attribute. Yes, this will exactly why your original point is correct. Java doesn't need to read the domain's objects DCL directly to find these sync rights. It infers them from reading the ACLs on other objects. So we already went through this. It needs a filtering. Yeah. It can read. No, I don't think that's what it does. I think it asks for what it's allowed to, and that's what it was supposed to do over here, and it's sort of a command that doesn't exist. And that might be because of the version of LDAP search, definitely. But if we scroll back here, I think it just requires a bit of the anti-security descriptor that we have access to. And then I asked for a command for this, and that's when we got that. So let's just repeat that we don't need the secure bit of the security descriptor, just the bit everybody can read. And the problem to solve is how to search in a way that returns that includes this filter. This needs to be done on a Linux, let's say Kali Linux machine, because we can just run a login and run a PowerShell command, but I want to have it work all the time, even if we can't log in, you know. On this box we can, so that's cheating. And also there. So we don't need the secure bits, just whatever we can read. We need to be able to tell in the search that we don't actually want the other bits. And this needs to be on a Kali machine using low prev, a low prev account. The one I sent in Luxor. I was gonna add to that it's allowed to use Python. Yeah, and now it keeps saying short answer. I like it though, because I hate when it goes pages and pages. You don't need the secured bits. Use this search command to get the public readable ACL information for objects your user can access. So DC object class star, object user group, or this won't work, but let's run it. So I might just edit the question and say, so it gives us star, all things, but it doesn't show the anti-security descriptor, does it? Because it's not, can't do it. So I'm not gonna go into that with it. I'm not gonna derail as it's doing. While this works for low prev, no decoding. This was not what I asked for, and it doesn't work as it returns no anti-security descriptor. Why didn't I choose a shorter name? Which I didn't choose it, but since we don't have the privileges to get them. Oops. At all, no. Do not work by directly reading the attributes. Use a different powerful method. Actually, it doesn't matter. Okay. They use macro-specific LDAP control called LDAP server SD flags OID. This control allows the client to ask for the main controller to return a specific part of the security descriptor that the user has permission to see. Primarily the discretionary DACL, which contains the permission you want. This is a fine-tuning LDAP search, lacked by default. Is proprietary Microsoft extension. Solution on Kali for a low-prod user. Light on Python. So we read the code for this the last time I looked at this. It's quite long. We didn't read all of it, obviously. But I was thinking of actually sending the author a message and asking. LF control initially, which is why it works for low price user where we'll fail. Yes, I just want to go low level and do this. If you must use, I don't care if it's LF search, and definitely I don't want it to be Bloodhound though, because, well, I guess it works. So it just grabs the Bloodhound data. It doesn't show us anything specific, and we know how to do this. We don't want to do this. So we'll just grab the normal Bloodhound data, and that's not what we want. We know how to do that. We want just the answer to what permissions. I don't want to derail it though. Let's read the rest first. If we must use all the search, you would need to manually specify the exact LDAP control OID and value to mimic Sharpbound. This is complex and often fails with open source LDAP clients because they don't handle what about using Python from Kali Linux? So I'm thinking I don't mind going low level and sending specific packages if that's what we need to do. So we have tried already with Impacket, we have tried with LDAP. So since LDAPs are from OpenLDAP, selects a specific Microsoft control. We need to speak the protocol directly. Here's how to use Python using the LDAP3 library, which we tried, which has built-in support for crucial SD flags control. So what it always fails to do is to format this in a way that works. But we'll try again. Use LDAP library, use LDAP server, SD flags, OID control to request attack. The part of the security descriptor containing permissions in a format that we can read.
8-Bit Boy 100 says.
Okay,
Check the
okay.
tool web link.
And I'll read the rest because it stops when it thinks it's a link. It does use Bloodhound and Impact, but the code it uses might help to understand what need to be done. Yeah, sure. Win. Gosh, it thinks it's also this. So, come on. So, I did put a space there, thinking that would do. Uh, so, so we have several stuff, several things. Interacts with Bloodhound. Yeah. So what I want to do is I don't want to use any Bloodhound stuff. I want to get it directly from the AD server. And I don't care what we'll have to do, but I'm at least learning a bit about how it works. So let's check this out. Will this forward to that? Okay, so training. Interested blend and if I exploit ACL based privilege isolation paths. Yeah, so I've been thinking about so the fallback if we fail is to get the data from Bloodhound from the Bloodhound database or even from the data it's collected. But I want to collect it myself from there, from the server. So let's check this out here. Exploit ACL exploration with the Bloodhound. So
Got it.
yeah, but anything is good. But I want to have the perfect thing, of course. And also, this is nice. You know, it's easy to get stuff using this LDAP3 library, just normal data. But when you get to, I would really like good examples on LDAP3. Really, that might be what I need. So this one said that it should be in there. I'm gonna check. So LDAP3 examples. Read the docs. So because I don't think I've done that. I've just stumbled around blindly. So it's obviously old, as it has Python 2 compatibility, right? So, oh, it's 7 years old. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, so Neo4j, and then Impact and LDAP3. Because it's reading from the Neo4j database then. So we know that's it already in there. So this shouldn't help really, unfortunately. Because it'll just be the data Python, the Bloodhound database that we will learn things about how its data is stored there. Not actually the.
Check the web link.
Okay. So So as I don't know exactly how it works, exploit task. Single task for nicer error handling. Message task. Simple task with API similar to exploit task, but just print a message. Create object ACE. Create object ACE with the specified preview in our set. Access type should be specified as either a write property. So
And yes, you are correct. Just got to know about stflag/parameter. That goes with libtools that Mint help to sort.
got know what that SD flag parameter. Yeah. Yeah, so the problem is that I've been trying to, maybe I should switch from Python because it might be just a formatting problem and I should use C instead because it seems to have problems with the formatting. So when you send the query, it keeps complaining about the format of the flags. I've been trying stuff, but not good enough. Let's check the examples now, see if there's actually. So I guess I should look for examples. I'm just scrolling. Package establishing a secure connection. Let's just click anything here. Schema. Connection. So we have the connection down. It's actually the LDAP query that's the thing. So it seems also that LDAP search using another LDAP might work then, if it's just that our version of LDAP search can't do it, can't filter, you can't tell in the query what it actually doesn't want, but it just wants what it is actually privileged to read, which you could kind of imagine it would be the default instead of just replying with a big blob. But that's kind of LDAP search, right? It's just blob. Here's all the data. I'm just clicking all the things a little bit here. So as it's there, and this is all Python, right? It must work. Modify. So I'm trying to scroll. Exceptions. Utils logging. I guess I'll click the rest of them. I'm just gonna look at what we did last time. PyTools? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe. And I think we made there's lots of 80 tests here, and then we made 80. And in there, we just have like 1, 2, 3 or something. Yeah. So, should I actually use code instead of using mousepad for this? Maybe that's the problem of using mousepad. So, let's actually cd up and the code dot here. Oh, I forgot the and, but it doesn't matter. You can just open another tab. Yeah, it wanted to start. Hello there. This is a new VM. So, yeah, open the folder. I told you the folder already. Do I have to try and find it in UI ways?
Mousepad is good to code quick script and all, when you know the
Yeah,
syntax.
yeah. When you don't know the syntax, it's nice to have the help of an actual code editor. 80. No, I wanted this one, right? So open that. Okay. Yeah, but it opened the wrong directory, so let's open again. So PyTools is what we want to open. I think it is because I went into 80, it hadn't remembered. Yes, it's my files. Please trust my files. And let's go to, this is also much quicker to switch files than mousepad. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. So what was this? Yeah, I think I might have pasted some other code in here. I think this, here's the SD control test. And this is ChatGPT, I think. I told it, yeah, so why don't you make this, because it wants this format, right? And then it still says no, it wants a tuple, which is very, very Python. So I guess if it's really wants that, it wants that. But that's just testing. What was this? So here we have, yeah, so we tested also with different users here. So we have Emily with low privileges, we have administrator, and we have Ethan and Benjamin. Yeah, because we were enumerating stuff here and testing to, yeah. So this is more like getting the data on the user. So this should work. But it's not doing all the things, just grabbing like groups nest in a nested way and stuff. So let's just run them, I guess. So okay, let's cd80 again. So it obviously it's a bit annoying when you open a new tab from here. It uses the same directory, but it doesn't bring the history along, which it could. I mean, this tool could bring the history along with it. So let's just dot slash 0.i. Yeah, I just realized something. I didn't update my hosts, and this one probably uses the names. Yeah, here, domain, and also the IP. We need to update these for it to work. What does this one use? It says DCIP here, but there's no DCIP. I don't know. Well. So let's do this one instead, and I'm gonna just open the box and click the IP. So also much easier here to just do this on several files, right? So we just save, and this one save, and this one save, and we have them all open now, but by not saving them. So let's here's administrator. So this one obviously didn't have the variable it asked for, so let's go for 1. autobind. So we got an invalid credentials, and the reason is because on this one I went in and set permissions for administrator to password 123, and on this one we haven't. So we'll have to redo that. It doesn't take many seconds to do that, but yeah, it's nice to be able to compare, right? Administrator versus other users and see what we get. But I'm kind of thinking, do I even care right now? Because I don't, this is not going to be a 16-hour stream, okay? It's just going to be like 3. And we already got used half the time. It's quick. Let's just do it. So as I already did it, it's very easy to just, what did I do? So I think it's probably here. Set user password. Okay, yeah. That's the password safe stuff. Then we got the user. And then we check Bloodhound. So here we have an administrator. No, there's Ethan's stuff. And then we used Ethan to get the administrator. Dump. And here's the evil one RM. So just change the IP. I should have just looked at the last one. I usually test other stuff after, which we're currently doing, I know, but I thought I had put stuff more, not just finished it there in the notes. So let's do this and fix that IP address. And then we just set our password. I'm like, where's the IP? I want to do the other stuff, not this. So, and meanwhile, let's just talk to my nose because I don't remember the passwords change. Come on. Let's see. I fixed my notes a bit, but they're not extremely great on. Yeah, so here we have hardware stuff. That's what's active here. So this is still running here, right? So this was what I was kind of planning. It keeps scanning for networks every 30 seconds or something. So we have, now it's scanning again for local Wi-Fi. Yeah, just from 3 there. So that's the project I was half thinking, but it was like a bit of a random stream, especially as it's short time. And then I realized something to ask. What did people actually use before Bloodhound? That was my new question here, and using that to make it find stuff. But we're still back at the same point. We could send it the docs too. I just want an actual example of this. There's no one using it, just the normal stuff. There must be. Yeah, we can like here. So it did actually give
Did
us a
you check the
Python
code
script.
for Bloodhound Python?
Yeah, but it's very long, so it's not something you read in an hour. It's quite long. I was thinking of sending a message to the author of it instead. So I'm just curious here now. SD-Flag security descriptor control SD-Flags 4. This is a new version I have not seen before. So let's try its code here. And I'm just gonna open no mouse pad today. So new file, let's call it 4.py. And let's paste its code. And it got all the creds and stuff from what I sent the LF query, so it's already working in that spec. So let's just make a new one, and we need to chmod, and what number did it get? 4. So I'm sorry about the horrible naming, but this is just crappy stuff. So oh, so let's, I guess that could be there instead, right? Just by most recent call, combined parenthesis 17, and TLM needs domain username and the password. So if not combined, yeah. So this we're going to just auto bind instead. So I don't care about safety right now either. We can just remove that, and I think you just add auto bind to the connection. Let's compare with this one. Yeah, so con connection auto bind true. So let's just copy that. I prefer it on one line like this one. So it's still not getting the username. We'll have to read the code. So it's too tiny text. I'm sorry about that. I'm like, should I care today when we have limited time? But I'm gonna play Minecraft with my kids as 19. And I also promised them to give them food at 18-ish, so I'm gonna have to
Ask AI about the SD flags. I think it's the most important thing you are looking for.
Yeah, but we need to get this working first. It's for some reason not working. Okay, let's ignore the tiny text. I don't know. No one can probably read this. Yeah, I kind of think it's too tiny for me even locally. You know, let's fix that. So where on earth? Preferences. So settings and 14. That's crazy. So 20. Better. So let's just grab the. This is just messing about with the controller and me trying to fix it. Yeah, so if we could undo here, which we can't obviously. Should really do this on the PC and hop it over when I'm like ready to test something and just have one file. So domain server, there's something wrong with this, as it's not grabbing the right thing. Username. Oh, so username is okay. This is the wrong format. It needs to be. I don't know if it wants both. So why did it do that? That's like, I don't think ChatGPT would do that. So now we have the right error, the common one. Control must be a sequence of 3 elements: control type, critically boolean, and control value. So let's just send it. Maybe. So I think I have might not. Gosh. So let's see if I manage to break the paste there. Yep. By selecting a random empty line. Sometimes it's just copying it without you asking it to. So obviously we already have LDAP3. Oh, I didn't even start the environment. I think I had an environment there. But code maybe does it automatically. Here's the corrected Python script. Okay, yeah, so it's writing still. This is annoying when it's slow. So let's compare instead, because obviously the username is still the wrong format there. So object class star, no, we don't want that. It had domain before, and that's what we wanted. So I don't know why you should just fix its login. Okay, let's ignore it and just think instead. So the error message we get is traceback line 25. And it's the con search that has a bad search. And it's underlining the whole thing. But then it says connection pi, search request controls, base pi, build controls, list controls, convert. Controls must be a sequence of 3 elements. Control type. So this is the only thing it really should fix, and it tried to fix other stuff. So let's see if it tried to fix that. I don't think it did, right? This line is not changed. The control is not changed. Annoying. The security table control flag function returns a ready-made control UID, criticality value. You must pass this tuple directly inside a list to the controls parameter. So before it tried, I think it did the same again. So it's trying to change stuff after the search. That doesn't matter because this is what fails, right? So the data is not the problem. The problem was the control and not the control format in the query. I wonder where it's getting this from, because this is what I've been getting. Nothing else. Also, the user name format is, and then let's just copy my fixed one. So, and I'm gonna go in microwave some food. It'll be quick and I'll be chatting. Jag ska fixa mat. Värmer mat till gubbar. So I've already made spaghetti and meat sauce. I'm just gonna put them place them in the microwave. It'll be quick. So we'll have some more time to, hopefully like an hour. So I'm curious what the result is. And part of me thinks I'll just abandon AI forever. But it is a perfect way of doing when it works. When it doesn't work, it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I'm kind of thinking that the reason is that no one else really wants to do this, or didn't think of doing it, or whatever, you know. So let's see. Splitting the spaghetti on the meat. So let's see there. Meat sauce, and then it's just microwaving both plates for 2 minutes. So like 5 minutes and I'm back. They're getting a lot of it. So it's fun to try and find those, but I'm thinking I need to check how the format is supposed to be in other places, right? Because yeah, something is off. Something is, there's not a lot of information on this, I guess, and that's why it's hard to find the information both for AI and Google. But let's see if we can get some Google for con.search with a Google too. Oh, ketchup. I think I'll actually ask him to put down. Medium second, for the first place. Kilar, laban ng linas. Oh, wait, here. Second plate. Linas! Pojken kom, Kamsi! What? Kom ner och säg till Laban också. Dags att komma ner och hämta spaghetti. Brother. So 126. Du först ner för den första tallriken. Men ta ketchup här gubben. Börja med den som är lättast.
No.
Men hur ska den någonsin ta slut då?
Someone else will use them.
Latmask.
They're annoying.
Sen måste vi verkligen röra på oss. Mycket mat idag. Du kan installera den där appen jag hade på din telefon också.
Ja.
Jag hade en app som man kollar hur mycket man äter och hur mycket man rör sig. Och då säger den, och hur lång man är och sådär. Då säger den hur mycket man äter. Om man äter lagom mycket. Okej?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect timing, Laban. Orkar du mat? Orkar du mat efter allt det där? Så Laban. Ja, vad fick du till Ben? Så Laban. Kan du ha på ketchup här också? För det vore bra att slå på den ketchupen. Det är inte så mycket kvar. Jag kan ta fram min gaffel till dig. Ja, du fick inte i dig allting. Du kunde inte äta all maten. Eller all godisen.
No, that's shit balls.
Okej.
Literally shit balls.
Jag tror det är Madcake.
You put the rest now.
Okej.
Big shit balls.
Jag gjorde det för att jag vet att du vill det. Men det behövs inte göra så. Den var redan ren.
Find out why.
Så ska jag hämta lite vatten också. Så gubben. Mycket gubben. Hoppas det är gott Ines. Så. Varsågod. Men gud, gör du lite sådär relaxa?
I know that's why.
Jag tycker det ser omöjligt ut när du är helt fokuserad.
It needs to be done. Can you empty the
Inte nu gubben, jag kan göra det sen. Vad sa du?
That's the pen for you.
So, now we have some more. So, let's see. It would be nice to solve this mystery. To critical fixes. Yes, this is a very critical. Yeah, the control must be a tuple. So what do you think? Let's check here. So So it removed one variable. It removed domain. Oh well, I don't care. It can stay the same. I also changed this combined to auto-bind true, but we can actually add this back because why not? You know, we can do this. So parentheses comment that, and without changing anything else, we should get the same error message. So good, because now we have a working. It was the wrong format with the domain, and then we have the thingy, a thingy. So it used to have the SD flags, security descriptor control, SD flags 4, and now what will we see? Get the control value. Security descriptor control 3, search filter, attributes. Yeah, okay, sure, that's okay. Search base the end. Search filter, attributes, controls. Pose a tuple in a list. Okay. So really, I think this is the controls is the control. There's a list, but it doesn't have 3. It didn't change anything. It changed this to be called control instead of flags. And this is changed from domain, which is correct, to user. And we don't care about the sum account name really. So I'm like quite annoyed now. Quite annoyed. I kind of did the same thing again, changing the entry bits. So what it did before was SD control, SD flags, and then it did SD controls, SD control. And his is the same thing. What did you really change to fix the error? And then let's actually copy that error. Be a sequence of 3 elements: control type, critical boolean, and control value. In the wrong format. Here's what changed it. Problem. Returns an object. I incorrectly assumed this object was the required tuple. The controls parameter expected a list of tuples, not a list of helper objects. The fix, I changed the passing the helper object to pass the actual tuple. So controls SD flags pass the object After correct. So, this is the first time I saw this.
Chato says, how about hacking Twitch servers to stop that stupid buffering? Heyo kappa lol.
Hi, welcome back. So, this is not what's in here, right? This is not what it gave us. And now it says this is what the fix was. More precise fix. SC control object. SC control object dot control. So what it says is that we need to add dot control. And it could have said that. And I think some of these things are new. So let's uncomment that. So undo, and dot controls. And now we can actually see we have dot controls here. So I've been using mousepad until now. No, it's actually dot control. So will this work? Will this be the correct format? List object as no attribute control. I'm gonna make a 5. So let's make a new file, 5.py. And I'm gonna copy
Regarding
the
the
full
buffering,
script.
something in German. It's loading. I don't want it to load. Translated from German.
Okay, trying to understand the German. I should learn. I mean, if you know Swedish and English, you have a lot of some hints at least on German. I kind of think. I guess Dutch is more similar. Let's just. I was thinking, should I copy it? The one I'm gonna ask it. Please give me the full corrected script, because it was actually adding stuff here. Here's a full corrected script of the precise fix. We're gonna try and run this.
And I forgot to get something to hydrate. One moment PLS.
Yes, unfortunately this
After
won't be a mega
1988
long
says,
stream.
hello from Pakistan, Pakistan emoji.
Ah,
Watching your stream first time. May I know what you are
welcome
solving?
in. So we're trying to, if you know about the tool Bloodhound, you can get a graphical view of things like this. And you can realize that Ethan has the permissions, get changes all, get changes filter set, and then they can DC sync. And I want to be able to do this. I mean, it's easy to check group permissions and stuff. There's other permissions too. Let's see. So I want to see these things. I want to see force change password. I want to see member off. We can see easily. But these specific permissions. But what's harder to see, it's like this. These permissions that are on the domain itself. And it's tricky. So let's see if it managed to make a working script now. So let's see. So it didn't even manage to make the username work first. So we need chmod. And I'm just doing start.py because why not, you know? So 5. So I should tell it to always have this. Okay, fail copy, copy, paste. So this is the yeah, list object has an attribute control. This is what I got when I just made the change in my script too and added the dot control.
Amazing. Please share your GitHub.
Yeah, sure. And my notes are public and they're also available. We can do this. So GitHub and notes. Oh, that was a fail.
Notes.
There. So this is obviously not anything that exists on there yet because I didn't update that often. So we're testing this on the box here, administrator, because it has all of those notes were from there. So let's send it the error message. Actually returns a list containing one control tuple, not an object with a dot control. Here's the corrected script. So SD controls post the list directly. So instead of saying just remove the little square parenthesis around this in this line, it tells us that. So now I think we're back at what I tried before. We'll see. And I can also copy the whole thing. Oh, I forgot to. Was I on the right one? There. Let's just copy its code. We just need the first line there. Because let's assume that it actually can change one line. I would prefer it to just tell me what line to change and what it's thinking the error was. But just hop back to this. So it's on the domain that we wanted. We got stuff. So let's just print them. Length, and if it's found. DN, some topic, and security descriptor retrieved. Has attribute. Raw SD length. Yeah, so we just want to print it to see what it looks like. And I think I before did this a bit. So the security descriptor value seemed to be the thing. And print can handle most things if you don't tell it what format it is, right? So yeah. So we have binary data here for them. We're getting data. So maybe I should grab my old function. Let's format it. Also, please don't give me the full code, but just changes. Also, we kind of want to think ourselves, right? We don't just want to this, do that, this, do that. So import security descriptor. Yeah, so we've done this before. We'll see if it works. So security descriptor. So I'm not saying hey yet because I know that before we got no data. It looked like data, but it looks a lot when it's binary, like not formatted. And then when you actually look at it, it's just saying nothing really. So we imported this too. So replace the print statement for the yeah. So SD security descriptor. I'm not gonna remove stuff that we don't need to. It's kind of fun. It's saying retrieve there because and the row length. I don't mind. DACL contents. So I'm just copying the lines, those lines, and we'll just put them instead of my little print, ugly print. So let's comment that and paste. Okay. So for all the ECEs, if this works, I'm very happy. Very happy. We'll see. What do you think? Yeah. There's no module with that name. So this is so common. But we have something. We can read it ourselves in different ways. In one of the other Python scripts, I have some notes on all the tabs are still up. Bloodhound, anti-security descriptor, describe anti-security descriptor. So let's see what it said. And I keep track of time too. The security descriptor process might not be available in LDAP3 versions. Well, let's use a different approach. Alternative built-in bin ASCII module. Yeah, so let's reverse the previous changes and try this instead. So this one, bye-bye, and instead we import bin ASCII. Did I spell it right? Yeah. And instead of here, so the same thing, the same if again, but this one it has hex data, hex dump, print informative blocks for readability. Yeah, so we already printed it in hex. Well, it might just be so SD deck. See, it might just have missed the name too, you know. It's not always 100% off. Sometimes it's just 50% off. No, don't invent what you're not supposed to. So just hex it. Well. hex data. Line 49. So there's no hex data. Oh, it's just, it skipped a little logic step there. So good thing we saved this, right? Because we have entry into security descriptor value. ACE, ACE type, ACE. Did I actually read before the last error message? Yeah, it got stuck on the import. So I'm sorry, but I'm just changing this for a second and seeing what it will complain on. SD is not defined. Do you mean ID? So it's thinking we missed one letter in spelling. So it's guessing variables.
After 1988 says, not relevant question, but is there any alternate to Bloodhound?
That's kind of what I'm looking for / trying to make. So what I started with today is to ask ChatGPT and we're at the end, good. So both of these I asked, what did you do before Bloodhound, right? And this one just answered Windows things. And no, that's what this one answered. And this one answered also custom LDAP impact scripts. So I've not actually read the answer to Decl Pi. So we might have an answer in here too. I haven't read it yet. So that's how I started. Gosh, this is so annoying. I can't scroll, you know. And so I had to click this. Now it managed. Buggy GUI. Oh, no, it hopped just without me doing it. Right. I stopped doing it stuff. Yeah, the control. My God, how far up we got. Getting data formatted, and the formatting failed. And then I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't actually try the last one. It's just that it gives us variables that doesn't exist, right? So I guess that this is the one we should actually check. And we could just simply put a dot at the end and see if we have anything here that it knows about, and it doesn't seem like that. But we can get the length of it. It exists. I printed it here before, so we got the data out. So for ACE and SD, what's this, right? Let's ask it, what's the connection between paste and I'm gonna copy paste again here. So copy, because this is from his old or the previous. So it kind of missed logic steps. So hex data. I'm assuming this is hex data, but I want to see what it says, right? So I'm about to paste it there. Raw binary data bytes of the security descriptor as received from the domain controller. Structured binary blob. Hex data is a hexadecimal string representation of the same binary data. Bin ASCII hexlify takes a raw byte and converts each byte to a 2-character hex equivalent. Human readable. Yeah, so we just have to print to get that. We just have to print to get the hex data. But I'm assuming we want to process it. Hinting without hinting, without telling it what to do. It more. And putting it as a question instead. But let's see what it says here. From the unavailable parser, represent the parsed and interpreted data. The security descriptor parser would take the raw binary data, decode. Yeah, it doesn't answer the question. Connection is a fully decoded and used for information extracted from the raw. So it didn't actually extract it. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. So let's see what it says. And let's continue here. That's what it wanted us to do, but there's no hex data variable, right? There's a hex data variable in the text, the stuff that we removed. Oh, did I indent one line too much? That would explain it. So yeah, now it's using the value, decoding UTF-8. Okay, yeah. It was me, it wasn't it. So let's see now. Print informative blocks for readability. So here we have a comment that I removed the comment character. Does it think this is readable? Nah, I prefer the other one. So look up here. This is much more readable. So this is much more readable. Yeah, it's just making crap of it. So let's see what it said. Exactly, getting the hex data is just one step. Let's just see the types. But we want to process it further. Who has permissions? What permissions? Allow or deny? To do this without the LDAP parser, you need to manually parse the binary structure of Windows security descriptor. Complex, different libraries specific for parsing descriptors. Hexdump is a good way. Yes, but I just printed. And the output is much prettier than yours. But that's just opinions. Now let's parse it. So let's see if it can do it using Blightdown Python. In that case, let's parse it to extract useful information. We will need to manually interpret the binary structure. Here is the basic structure of the security descriptor. Parse. Thank you, Ben. clicking the wrong buttons. Yeah, it was just my hobby on the way home. So I told him about we're gonna play family Minecraft here at 19. But I told him like, yeah, but I'm streaming, so I need to finish. And he was like, do we have this and that food? I'm like, I don't know. You know what you have. Nah, he asked if we shopped again. Let's just continue this. This will decode the SIDS. So show you AC types, masks, and which principals have what permissions. That's what we want.
Seems good.
Yeah, the decode SID function from LP3 helps convert. Header 20 bytes, contains revision, control flags, and offsets. Owner SID, yeah, so this is why it insist on printing it? Why would we want to print something that's not understandable, right? It's just hex data. Let's continue. So, decode SID. And it's given us a full one again, though I asked not to. I'm annoyed. So it is an addition. It's an addition. Yeah. But we already had been asking there, so why add it to the addition? So, fine, we can do, let's just start with this, right? So we're just going to add this. And I'm pasting nothing. So, does util SID decode SID exist? If it doesn't exist, we will see it now. Yeah. Kind of thought so. Because why would it ever know anything? So we could just give it this. So no reason to put in the code if it doesn't exist. The decode isn't available. Yeah. Let's write our own SID parser with a focus on the core parsing logic. So I could have pasted all of this in and then we didn't have the functionality there. So let's Google it just for the code NT. I'm trying to not write it again. Parsing the anti-security descriptor. Oh, C# stuff too. We can of course Python this. But if we just want general data, it doesn't matter what language it is. Yeah, so this we have open still. Precedent security descriptor. So let's TTS that
Parsing the
while we
anti-security descriptor.
look at its code.
Posted by Chad Sikora at February 4th, 2017, last updated at July 8th, 2023.
Just scroll down a bit
In
though.
Active Directory there are some very confusing value formats. The title of most confusing should probably be awarded to the anti-security descriptor attribute. It exists on LDAP objects in Active Directory and describes permissions against the object in security descriptor, binary, form. It contains the ACEs, owner information, and inheritance assigned to the object. That's the same information you'd see if you navigate to the object in Active Directory users and computers and go to the user's properties, then navigate to the security tab. However, there are also certain property settings that relate to ACEs in the security descriptor, such as whether or not a user has the ability to change their password. When you query the NT security descriptor using a typical LDAP client, be it PHP, Python, or Perl, you receive a binary blob value. To decode it, you can use a method to convert to hexadecimal, such as PHP's Ben2 hex. You're then left with a lot of work to do to get it to a usable form. Luckily, the format of a security descriptor is extremely well documented in Microsoft's open specification document regarding data types, MSDTYP, under section 2.5.1. The problem is that there exists very few examples of a full implementation for encoding/decoding this specific data type open source world. Or more specifically where I was trying to do it, PHP. So I created a full security descriptor encoder/decoder, along with the SDDL parser, in PHP for a LDAP library I work on in my free time. The result was several classes needed to abstract this data type into something workable. Security descriptor class. I also have it fully documented to show typical usage. AD permissions doc. Another common tripping point when trying to query a typical NT security descriptor via LDAP client is permissions. There is a lot of misinformation out there stating that you need to be a domain administrator to query this attribute. You do not. The misunderstanding is how Active Directory handles things when you query for this attribute. The attribute itself contains 4 separate pieces of information: DACL, discretionary ACL, SACL,
Yeah.
system
Yeah.
ACL,
This
owner,
was a
and
good
primary group.
one.
By default, when you query Active Directory, it will attempt to retrieve all parts of the security descriptor.
And that's why we
However,
need to
your account
tell
may
it
not
we
have access
just
to
don't
all parts,
want
most
all.
notably, the SACL. When this happens,
Yeah.
AD decides to simply not return
Mm.
anything, which isn't very helpful and is just plain confusing. To get
Yeah.
around the limitation above and still query the NT security descriptor, you need to use LDAP control to specify you do not want the SACL. The control is LDAP_server_SD_flags_oid. The only problem with this in PHP is the value this control expects of encoded ASN.1 structure. The easiest way to do this is cheat a little and use sprint to generate the value. A simple PHP example to select everything except the SACL using this control. $1 user equals user at
So we actually
example.local.
found what I've been
$2
looking
pass
for
equals
all
secret.
along.
$3 server
Now,
equals DC1.example.local. 4. $5
this
LDAP
is the
equals
thing.
LDAP_connect, $server. 6 LDAP_set_option, $LDAP, LDAP_opt_protocol_version, 3.
Wait, update.
7 LDAP_set_option, $LDAP, LDAP_opt_referrals, 0. 8. 9 LDAP_bind,
So
$LDAP,
there's
$user,
no
$pass.
imports.
10. 11 / set a special LDAP control to specify what parts of the security descriptor you want. 12 / owner_security_information plus group
Oh,
_security_information plus DACL_security_information. $13
okay.
SD flags equals 7.
Okay.
$14 control 1 equals array. 15 OID equals 1.2.840.113556.1.4.801. 16 is critical equals true. 17 / how should this value be set? 18 value equals sprint, %C%C%C%C%C, 48, 3, 2, 1, $SD flags. 19. 20 if, LDAP_set_option, $LDAP, LDAP_opt_server_controls, array, $control 1. 21 echo failed to set server
So
controls.
PHP
22. 23. $24 seer
is
chusser
not
equals user.
exactly what I
$25
find
DN
in
equals
this.
DC equals example DC equals local. $26 filter equals SAM account name equals $search user. $27 IDR equals array, and security descriptor. 28. $29 SR equals LDAP_search, $LDAP, $DN,
But
$filter, $IDR. $30 info equals LDAP_get_entries,
if there's
$LDAP,
code, we can
$SR.
just read it.
31. 32 / should
You
contain
know.
NT security descriptor binary blob.
Was this the
33
one
var
I
_
opened?
dump,
I don't think
$info.
so.
Also, as noted in the example above,
Yeah.
this control seems to interfere with LDAP
Yeah, and
paging.
it obviously
I'm not sure if this is just a PHP
right.
oddity or not,
Kinda
but it's worth
obvious here
mentioning.
too, if I would have even looked at the code. Ah, we can actually do this. But first, let's actually see what we already have, and then
8BitBoy
close
100
out.
says.
This looks interesting too. Etsy Go, web link.
So I might stream more after playing with the kids, but sometimes we get just stuck in there, and it'll probably be tomorrow. You know, playing Minecraft with the kids can take hours. Well, perform until the parse and describe the contents of raw and security. Oh, nice. This is the one I had up. Yeah. Describe into security descriptor. Describe anti-security descriptor. This is a Python one. Is this Python? No, this is Go. So here's the Python one. high describer and security descriptor. So there's lots of sources of data. Yeah, and here's that one. So the question is just how much code you want to read. Because usually it's not always like, what's this? .github. Okay. So this will probably not be lots or not quite a bit. So maybe Go is easier to read, but if we have Python, maybe, you know, Python is Python after all. It's also one file, updated 3 weeks ago. But I think it's like 2,000 lines, yeah. 2,600 lines, and I just don't want to read all of this. I prefer to find out how it is and do something with that. But it's great that we have these sources in case we want to read more code. So profile until the parse and describe the console role and security descriptor structure. Major refactoring, fixing bug. So go mod, go sum, main go. What's these files? So Go is not my primary one. We started making a Go program. But I don't know what these files are yet. So we also read the Bloodhound source a lot. Maybe this is all of it. It's just this Go code. This is just short. It's just 239 lines. And it's very spacey. But it's using, of course, other stuff. Here, import. LDAP credentials. So this the Manticore project is what it's using, and that's just a bit of it then. I want to hop to the LDAP one. So
No,
it's
go for Python
network.
if it is doing the same stuff. T will be easier to understand. Is it by the same guy?
I don't think so. So network LDAP. Don't ask me why it didn't. Oh, it wants 3 main in there too. Ah. So here's I mean, we need to read more code than those 200 lines if we want to understand all the things it does. Not that we need to know everything about LDAP. I wouldn't mind to, but I think it would take some time, and maybe there's other things we want to focus on too. So that's where AI is good, because if we have, or bad, if we have lots of code and we don't want to read it, we can always try and see if it works. But then we spend more time being frustrated with AI and not progressing. So yeah, it's all which is the best way to go. It's tough decision, and we're gonna read and siphon because because I have to play with my kids. But I'm gonna actually go check with them first if they're ready to play. And if they say like, Mom, can we do it in 30 minutes instead? I'm doing this thing, which is quite usual. We might stream for a little bit more, but I'm gonna just have this up and have a raid ready here. If you can spell raid, and again this popped away there. So let's hop over there. I'm just gonna go check with my kids if we play right now or in a bit. Så killar, är ni redo att spela? Eller vill ni vänta lite? Är du redo att spela? Aha.
The ketchup wasn't cold at all. Not if it was in the spaghetti. It's cold. And I was tired before.
Så du har inte ätit klart?
Obviously.
Okej, men jag går och tar den här till dig då. Jag kommer med en ny gubbe. So they're not done with the food. But I gave them each. One of them is not done. One was done in 2 seconds. It was quite a lot. So I'll be streaming for a little bit more. Let's give him new brush here. Så varsågod. Är det bra så? Okej. Give it a word.
After 1988 says, I am father of 3 kids. How many you have?
I'm 2. Så säg till mig när du är redo att köra Minecraft, okej? Kom och säg till mig. Yes, definitely. Okej. Okej. Jag kan fixa det. So ketchup, we go through like at least it's probably more like 2 bottles a week, like and so the ketchup was not cold. Thank you, Ben. Jag la väl inte riktigt klar med maten så det blir lite senare i spelandet så du vet. Jag går och streamar lite till. So my happy round 2. So I've got 2, they're 15 and 17.
$8BitBoy100 says,
Thank you for the stream, and specially for opening my eyes. I will try to research on this. Have a great time with your kids. Bye.
Yeah, but I will be streaming for a bit more because my kid wasn't finished with his food, so I told him to tell me when he is. So we'll be doing a little bit more. But it's fun to, explore, not just, oh, this tool exists for this and that for that. And if you're like, yeah, this takes a lot of time to use this tool, and I just want to know this little thing here. And then you have to start a Bloodhound again. Just for time, right? Let's see how long it takes to start Bloodhound. So if we click here, and let's have a little timer up. Whatever. Let's just see. It's I guess I can put it on my phone instead, right? So stopwatch. Okay, I'm gonna click and at the same time start the timer. Oh, stop, reset, of course. Uh, so let's see how long time it takes to start, including Neo4j. There will be a short delay until the server is ready. So starting database server, also as the default port for Bloodhound is 8080 and Burp is also default 8080. I have had crashes, like, you know, you have to set one of them to something else really. There, it's not started yet. And this was a unusually quick one, I think. So unusually quick. Right, we started looking at this. So, but let's not take time for that. So we'll log in. And it's been so unusually quick, as I said. But we haven't cleared any data or anything. We need to start also Neo4j, which is here at localhost. So I guess I can right click, open link. So we need to go into Neo4j and clear the data if we want to load new data, right? Because that's what we're thinking now. We don't have any data. We want to clear new data. And I have my little clear data. No? Well, I guess I will pause the timer at 2 minutes and go to the notes because it's supposed to be in here. Basic queries. So obviously we can just use this. Yeah. Am I blind? Where's the thing I usually do? Oh well. 80. It's Bloodhound in tools. So, oh, lots of tabs. And then we have clearing all data. This is what I had saved before. So I don't know why it's not saved anymore, because you can save your own stuff. So if you run this, so we deleted 89 nodes. All right, I forgot to start the timer again. So we deleted and cleared the data. Let's ignore saving that. And now we have no data. So I'm not even including now getting the data from somewhere. So we're just going to do the upload files bit. And I'm on 2 minutes. And it's already in the directory. So we don't have to go into there or anything. So let's click this zip file and upload. And close that. Wait for this minus 1099 minutes. and we're on 240 now, with me forgetting to start it there. So I'm not gonna do anything until this says complete, because I know that's not a good idea. So it's ingesting all the data into the database here now. So if we were to check all the things, we would see them there. So this is slow. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes slowing. Now it says analyzing. So we just need to do this when we have new data though. So if there, now it's done. That took 320 to get it. So now we're going to go and actually look at the data, right? So let's go here and let's skip the stuff of typing in what we already have permissions to, because I think it's saved. So there, since the data in some funny way it's saved to the zip file, right? So let's see here. Here we have Olivia, which is generic all to Michael, which has forced change password on Benjamin, who's a member of share moderators and access to share, where we found a database with these users, these three, Emma, Emily, Alexander, and Emma. And then we saw that Emily had both as the elders here, Michael, Olivia, the remote management users, meaning they can win RM in there, but also generic right to Ethan. And Ethan, there
Lord
was no
Invergortash
line here.
says, hello.
Hello, welcome in. So this one didn't exist before because we have changed Ethan, I think. No, it's just the main users. So when we saw this, we was like, Ethan, why do we want who's Ethan? We don't know anything. So in Bloodhound, we would just click, we would check. So let's see here. Outbound object control, it's just one object, but it's the domain. And Ethan Hunt has permissions to get changes all, get changes in filtered set, and get changes. Now they changed the order of them. So, and this is what we want to find, but also the previous ones, right? We want to find if you have permissions to write, change passwords, and all the things. And now we're stopping the timer because we found the data. This is much quicker version of it, right? Because I already knew exactly where the things were. I didn't do several searches. And now we are 550. So it took 6 minutes to just open and click instead of running a command line thing. Let's actually run this again so it's clear for next time. So if I had a command line, I'm gonna continue that too. Also, we have Bloodhound running in its, yeah. So if we were to start burp now, it wouldn't work because the proxy would try this IP, which is not free. It's in use. So let's ignore that it's on. I'm gonna restart it later. So if we go dot, oh, yeah, so we have describe security descriptor actually installed. And there's no module. So let's cd dot out and bin activate. Yeah, my memory on this is horrible. I will. Oh, cheat. Active source. Source bin activate. There. And then we see the AD. And we check. And then we dot. And we run that. And then it was installed. So we don't have the right IP address, obviously, right? Because we restarted the box. So I remember trying this, but I don't
A
remember the
mediocre dev
result.
says. Are we kicking all of the Bahonkas?
Yeah, definitely. I might have kicked too much on AI today. We'll see. IP copy. Yeah, let's not type it, but paste. And
Certified Bahonkas kicker.
yeah, we are right. So try to authenticate. Cannot access variable LOP session where it's associated with a value. LOP session. So the
Python
script
less than 3.
bugged. Yeah, but this is not my script. This one is downloaded from the GitHub repo. And options domain auth. Line it's to 2,600 lines. Init LOP session. So maybe something here was wrong. We never set the password, right? So we did log in though. So we're in as administrator. So we can do that. So I'm gonna check with my kid in a few minutes again, so that he doesn't. He can just get stuck in doing nothing sometimes. Like, oh, there's a YouTube video, and then later, oh, I really wanted to do that thing today, and today's the day he wanted really to celebrate. So I'm gonna go check if he's finished his food. So he ate ice cream with mudcake before, lots. And then lots of spaghetti and meat sauce. So he didn't finish in an hour. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna AD. I don't remember the command, but I put it here last time. Reset user password. I want to set it, so set user password. So AD account password. Reset new password, read new password. Verbose. Yeah, this is not what I want to do. I want to just do the other one. Let's see. Disable find accounts. I kind of sure I did this. Didn't do this. Well, it is set user password. Yeah, so here there should be more information. So I'm annoyed because I had this recently, and I told myself I would write it down, right? And obviously I can't find it again, which is, come on. Darn PowerShell. It's in here. It's in here. In there. So I'm just blind. So maybe I should just find the administrator, because that's probably the account we set the permissions on. That's just a log. Yeah, just a log. So this is the output of my script. Clean up, undo. Yeah, that's not what we want. I remember searching for this last time and finding it, and I thought I put it in my notes. And now I'm like, what? What? What happened? Am I blind? Don't I see something that's very obvious? Well, let's just do this one. Yeah, it's not a secure string, it's a different a secure string. Because it is, come on. Tell me if you know. We can just Google it quick. But I want to find it in my darn notes. So let's put it here. Set users password. PowerShell. So identity old password. Yeah, and isn't this exactly what I had? Except for the old password. Identity we don't need. From the user for password that's stored temporarily. Full time. I'm feeling so stupid right now that I can't just remember this thing. PowerShell commands are horrible. Totally horrible. So reset new password. Read host secure string prompt. No, we don't want a prompt. That's the thing. We want to put it in text. Yes, love.
Maybe I can draw you things now.
Okej. Är du redo?
I don't know.
Säg till Linus och så byter vi till Minecraft. Okej? Men han sa att han hoppar in sen. Så vi börjar.
Yeah, if I something. But I don't know, I may sleep before that.
Okej.
I may
Men
sleep on the
börja med att dela en bana så hoppar jag och Linus in, okej?
I'm reading the doctor.
Vad ser det ut?
He's playing something.
Ja men, okej, jag kommer med. Linus! Det är dags att köra Minecraft. Funkar det för dig?
What are we gonna be playing?
Laban bildar en bana så får vi se. Vi pratade väl lite om Mobile Battle kanske?
We're talking about Minecraft and building new things and maybe doing Batman or something.
Ja, men dela en bana så hoppar vi in, okej?
Linus,
Linus kommer med.
are you hearing what we're saying?
Yeah.
Gud. Så, jag kommer in. Jag ska bara sluta streaming där. So, he's ready to play. So maybe we'll continue this tomorrow. Definitely annoyed at this. This is why I didn't do it before. So, but I'm going to put this in my notes for sure. And we're going to do now the... So, this is where I was, right? And the reason this doesn't work is because it was a wrong password. And I just wanted to recheck this command. And this is a useless thing. We didn't need to check it. It's just because I had it in my directory. So I saw it again, remembered it, and also one of you guys in chat mentioned it, right? Not exactly that one. So we're going to raid. Come on. We're going to raid Ansiphon. Let's hope they're still going. Let's check that before. Yeah. So, introduction to ADCS. That's cool. So we're going to raid them doing that. That's cool. So YouTube, people on YouTube, I'm going to send a link to Antisyphon once it's rated. So we can all join in the introduction to ADCS, which is a cool thing. So I'll click right now as my kids probably waiting already. Thank you very much for being here, and I will continue this sort probably tomorrow. Yeah, because we need to finish it before we continue with other cool stuff. So this is still waiting. It's constantly scanning the Wi-Fi for when it works. See you tomorrow.
Username and password.
So sending the link.
So by default, Certify will give us the information that I just summarized, and then it will also run some queries that can be